Gazelle Medeo versus Gazelle Ultimate. I want to do a comparison about both of these Gazelle bikes, electrical bikes, e-bikes. So if you're looking for one of these bikes, so you know which one will fit for you. What makes me an expert about these bikes is that I own the Gazelle Ultimate C380 and I have over 2,500 miles on my bike in just about 2 months. My wife owns the Gazelle Medeo T10 Plus and she has over 500 miles on hers, almost 600 in the same amount of time. And my brother owns the Gazelle Medeo. Okay, and so on top of that, I've done a lot of research. I've wrote books about flipping bicycles where you can turn $100 into, you know, $700 in a matter of days. And so I have a lot of experience, and I have other electrical bikes like Trek Domane HP. So you know a little something, and I want to help you make a better buying decision, because buying an electrical bike, especially Gazelle, is not cheap. Okay, so if you're comparing, let's say, the Gazelle Ultimate versus the Gazelle Medeo, what is the difference? So let me say right off the bat, I think the best bang for your money, because I know you guys are busy, is the Medeo. Okay, now for the money,
real quick, download my free book, Real Estate Investing for Beginners, the ultimate starter guide, at myrealestatedojo.com, where I teach you how to find motivated sellers, buy their homes at a deep discount, and then have the seller become your own private bank. Subject to, get it now. One more thing, if you're looking for private one-on-one help when it comes to real estate investing, then consider joining my academy, where you sit down with me one-on-one. 2, you get monthly coaching. 3, you get access to my best-selling courses. 4, you get access to my video library, and then the list goes on, for just $97 a month. Join me now at MrNoFluff.com. Lastly, the best 6-figure side hustle, bicycle flipping. Want to see how? Here's a behind-the-scene video how I did it. Go to thebestsidehustle.MrNoFluff.com. Now let's get back to the content.
if you have extra money, if you can afford it, then I would get the Ultimate, and I'll get into that why I say that. Okay, if you're comparing the Medeo T10 Plus versus the Ultimate T10 Plus or the Ultimate C380 Plus, then you're basically going to get the same exact engine and the same battery on both bikes. So again, you're going to get the same motor, which is the Bosch Performance Speed, which goes up to 28 miles an hour, and this is pedal assist, which means you have to pedal. Okay, so you're going to get the same engine and battery in both of these bikes models, the Medeo or the Ultimate. Now what really makes things different is, for example, this light system right here. I don't know if you guys can see this. Like on the Medeo, which is my wife has, my brother has, the light is good, but it's not as bright as the Ultimate. And like, we've done many tests where it's dark at night and we're rolling together doing 50 miles, and my wife will have her lights on and I'll just turn my bike off, and then you can see how much, you know, illuminates on her bike, the Medeo Gazelle, and then I'll turn mine on and we're like, wow, you know, the power of the Ultimate headlight, I would say, is like 5 to 10 times more. Okay, that's what it feels like. We're like, wow, like it makes an impression on us, like how more powerful it is. Now, does that something that's going to matter? Well, I mean, like I said, if you're looking for the best bang for the money, I would stick with the Medeo, because you're getting very top quality parts. But if you want the best, then the Ultimate. Okay, now let's talk about another thing that makes a difference. For example, on the Ultimate, the Gazelle Ultimate, I don't know if you guys can see that shock system. Okay, is way better, you know, more superior than the Medeo, the Gazelle Medeo, because A, has a locking system. Okay, both do. But you, on this one, you're able to not only change the preload, but there's also a button. at the very bottom of the shock where you're able to adjust, which allows you to, depends on, you know, how fast you want to come up after you hit a bump. Do you want to come up real fast, or do you want to come up slow? And I put it on slow, and I could notice a tremendous difference in that versus the other. So, you know, just little things that make a big difference. For another example is the seat. Like on the Medeo, seat is all right, you know, there's no complaints on it. But on the Ultimate, the Gazelle Ultimate, the seat is like so much more superior, you know, like so much. Okay, so it's just these little things that start adding up. One other thing is like the rack. On the Ultimate, it has this really nice rack where you can just, the coolest thing I ever seen, where you can just open and close. Let me get down and show it to you real quick as I'm writing. This is it. So you can just, you know, open this up like this and put something on top and just click it right in, and it's very, very cool. Okay, so this is my ride. This is the Ultimate Gazelle Ultimate C380, and there's a Gazelle Ultimate T10 Plus. And the difference is that the T10 Plus, you know, you're getting the chain where on the C380 you're getting the carbon fiber carbon fiber gates, belt, and interior hub. Okay, new Da Vinci, which you basically change it from here. Okay, now I'm actually on a bike tour doing 50 miles. I've already done a few miles. I got a long ways to go, so that's why I'm doing the review as I go, because I got more pedaling to do. Okay, every time I go out, I love to do 50. I don't even go out, so here I am, and I'm in the fog. It's a beautiful day. I'm glad to be alive. I'm glad to be able to help you guys out. If you're making a electrical bike decision, they are big investments. And guys, if you buy the wrong bike, it's going to be a pain in the butt. I know, because I bought a Trek Domane HP, and it was a brand new bike. I spent $8,500 with accessories. I was in the shop so much in the very first few days of ownership that it drove me nuts, guys. So yeah, but imagine buying from a company that's, you know, they're not going to be in business tomorrow. That's even worse, right? So in one way, the situation could have been a lot worse, but that's why I'm trying to inform you guys. Also, if you're looking to look for a Gazelle, I just want to warn you guys, don't go on the Facebook groups for Gazelle, because the admin want to allow people to post problems with their bikes. Okay, they're just like, so they're not allowing buyers to make, you know, a informed decision, because they'll delete you if you say, I have this problem, or do a video about it like I have done. So you know, everything's gonna have problems, but just to have a platform where they're going to be a dictator and they're going to let you put the problems, and you know, it's bad, because I made my buying decision by looking on there, and I didn't see any problems, versus my other competitors that were allowing, not my competitors, their competitors, Gazelle's competitors, they were allowing people to post their problems, like, hey, I had a frame break, or I had this break. And so I hissed away from other companies because they were more honest, and I thought this one was honest too. But now, after I bought my bike, after I joined, I had a couple of small hiccups, and I posted there and I got my post deleted, and I was like, man, this is ridiculous. So I told the admin to F himself, and like, man, dictatorship, because very deceptional. So if you're trying to make a decision, if you go there, the Facebook group for Gazelle, you know, and you hear just raving stuff, it's probably staged, and that's what we call in real estate, when we put the house, make it look really good, and cover up the holes so people will buy faster. It's called staging. Okay, so that said, if you have any questions regarding these two bikes, the Gazelle Medeo or the Gazelle Ultimate, leave it below. I'll be happy to answer for you. But is there any major differences between, for example, the T10 Medeo Plus versus like the Ultimate T10? Besides the little geometry, besides the little paint, they're both very, very excellent bikes. And let me put a disclaimer out there. I'm not sponsored by Gazelle or any bike company. I'm the actual owner of this bike. I bought this bike with my own money, so I could give it to you, no fluff. I don't have a dog in the race, as they say in America. So, you know, I'm just letting you know that they're both excellent bikes. How do I know? Because we own both of these things and we put a lot of miles on them. We haven't had any problems so far. If I did, I would tell you about it, like I did with Trek bike. And like I said, I own a lot of bikes. I wrote books about flipping bikes, so I know a little something about bikes. And I do a lot of miles, so I don't know. Gazelle seems like a pretty decent company. You know, for example, we have two Medeos, and one of them had a little problems, which was my brother. His front lights, you know, burned, and this light right here, and on the fender there's a little piece of rubber that fell off. So he took it in to the dealer, and the dealer called them, and they're sending him the pieces. So I was pretty happy with that, because it wasn't my bike, but I was still happy that, you know, the company took care of the problems, because that little fender fell off and the light went out. He's only owned it for maybe like 2 months, 3 months. So they're sending it to the bike shop. They're gonna take care of it. So, you know, out of the two, one had headlight problems, but they took care of it. The first time he took it in, it wasn't like, hey, no, blah 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 blah. With Trek, I had the same exact problem with my headlights, but, you know, I had to take it in like 2 or 3 times for them to fix it, dude. So again, I don't have anything against Trek. I'm not trying to brand bash. I'm just sharing with you my own experiences of dealing with companies, and, you know, companies are excellent. I'll let you know. And so far, I haven't had any problems with my Gazelle, and I have the C380, and so that's it, ladies and gentlemen. I mean, there's not much of a difference, like I said before, the geometry, the paint, you know, and just know on the Medeo, you're gonna get a little more watered down parts, okay? But that said, those parts are still amazing, great parts that are made from, you know, top companies like the tire Schwabies. You know, you're getting, actually on the Medeo, you're getting little fatter tires than you are on the Gazelle Ultimate. And, you know, but they're the same company. You know, the seats a little bit less, the lights a little bit less, front and back, the rack, you know, the racks are both excellent, but you know, the other one has a little more accessories and usability, which is the Ultimate. You know, and, you know, one other thing that you notice is that on the Medeo, you actually have 2 water bottle holders, versus the Ultimate you only have 1. And but the Medeo, you can't really use both the water bottle holders unless you have little plastic small water bottle holders, where I have, you know, pretty decent size ones, so only one will work for my wife's Medeo. Is there anything else different with it? You know, if you're getting like the derailleurs a little different, you know, but overall, I think that if I was shopping for a Medeo or Ultimate, if I was on a budget, I would feel really, really comfortable going with the Medeo, because at a Gazelle's e-bike or electrical bike lineup, I feel like, and I looked at all of them, I've done a lot of research, I've wrote a lot of them, I think that the Medeo is right in the middle. It's like what I call the best value, the best bang. You know, you're getting top quality parts, but at a very good value, and from a company that, you know, I don't know them, but from the research I've done from them, from the videos that I watched, from a company that's been in the same spot, actually producing stuff, manufacturing stuff, versus, for example, buying from Trek, where they just put their logos on a bike, or buying from Specialized or Canada, etc. Okay, so that's pretty cool. And, you know, if you have any questions about the Gazelles, leave me a comment. I have the C380 Ultimate. My wife has the Gazelle Medeo T10 Plus, and there's also a Gazelle Medeo T9. And so, you know, that's just like a 9-speed versus a 10-speed. So if you have any questions, leave me a comment. If you could hit the like button, I really appreciate it. Don't take no for an answer. And remember, you're braver than you believe, stronger stronger than you seem, smarter than you think, and twice as beautiful as you ever imagined. Romy.